Hi, it's Liz with another Age Your Way with your local AAA. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And I'm here with my friend Brandon, and we're going to be talking about Dementia Services today. So go ahead and introduce yourself and we'll get started.
Thank you. My name is Brandon Beck, and I'm a contract administrator here at the Area Agency on Aging. In addition to overseeing contracts, I also oversee some of our educational dementia programs here offered by the agency.
So let's get into the topic of Dementia Services. So start us off with how we should be thinking about this.
I really encourage kind of a three-step approach. Education, learning more about the different programs and resources, and then really using those two pieces of information to make informed decisions.
I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about each of those in just a second.
Absolutely.
Is there any importance to like the order, or what are you thinking about that?
Yeah, I think it's just really important to not bypass the educational component. It can be really easy to just jump right into different programs and resources because we really need some care for our loved one. Education is really essential to gaining an understanding of your loved one's experience that lives with dementia. And I always encourage, whether that's friends or family, that circle of support to really join and attend some of those educational opportunities. It can be really helpful in equalizing everybody's understanding of dementia. Maybe you have that one family member that really doesn't understand what's happening. Education can really help equalize that and gain people on the same page. We've got a really great different array of programs here around Dementia Services. We have our Dementia Friends Program, which is a 1-hour informational session around dementia. We talk about communication strategies, early warning signs and symptoms. It's a really effective 1-hour presentation that's offered monthly, both virtually and in person. We also have our Family Caregiver University, which is a rotating series of guest speakers on a recurring basis that cover everything from advanced care planning to caregiver burnout to emotional well-being. It's a really, really great program that I would highly recommend as well. And lastly, I'd like to highlight one of our partners, the Alzheimer's Association. They're well known for the education and support groups that they offer, everything from early engagement social programs, just a really cohesive and supportive network. As they say, it takes an army. So really surrounding yourself with some of these supports can be very helpful.
Yeah, we're not meant to travel the caregiver path alone, so I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So step 2 is connecting to resources. What does that look like for the average family? Let's talk about that.
It can be really overwhelming to sort through the mass variety of different resources out there. So I always encourage people to really think creatively and kind of visualize what a day in the life could look like utilizing some of these resources. An example might be your loved one is utilizing adult day services during the day, and then maybe you can marry that with a home delivered meal on the same day. So now a day that was maybe full of stressors, you can really see how combining some of these different resources or thinking creatively can really start to move the needle and make a difference in your day in the life as a caregiver or your loved one with dementia. Yeah, step 3 is really pulling it all together, utilizing the education and different things you've learned about the disease, the resources that you've gathered, and really making an informed decision based on those two different things that you've already learned. And we find that when you have a focus on education and a real understanding of resources, when you marry those two together, it leads to more competent decision making and really confidence as a caregiver when you're looking at care for your loved one.
And thank you for joining us for another Age Your Way with your local AAA. If you have questions or concerns about anything we've talked about around dementia services or anything that AAA WM has to offer, you can reach out to our phone number, which is 616-456-5664, or find information on the web. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.